Bad Plays Games.
Hello Pioneers, I hope you're well. My name is Bed and this is the Satisfactory Plus mod for the game Satisfactory. On the last time out we started on this crude oil processing facility, taking 900 crude oil and turning it into 900 processed crude oil. I don't remember what it's called. Purified crude oil, yes, that's good. And I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about comments this time, even though I got a lot of great comments. Thank you very much for everybody that left a comment. I do just want to touch on this one right here from Extra Fresh. I mentioned him several times last episode, and he stepped up in mere minutes and came up with an amazing way to make an offset of just a 1/4 meter. And what a process, or just what a technique, and what a guy. Thank you very much. I'm not going to go over it right now. I will put a link to his video down in the description below, and you can watch him describe how to do it. I'm going to touch base on it again later, but right now I just want to get more progress done on this oil processing plant, just because we're going too slow. I know I'm doing a lot more videos now. I'm getting it out, but we're doing too little, too slow. We need to get this going. We cannot do 3 episodes on just processing crude oil. The only other thing of note I want to say is that I've turned lumen off. Yeah, it was just too much. Lumen off, lumen on, lumen off, lumen on, lumen off, lumen on, lumen off, and lumen off. So seriously, check it out. I mean, it's too much. It's too dark. It's just too dark. Now, I'll turn it on periodically. We're still going to put lights in the factories to make sure that everything is going to be lit as we want it. We're going to do some cool, we'll try to do some cool feature lights to really highlight the machines or the belts or, whatever we're trying to show off. We're going to try to do lighting really well. But just for filming purposes, I'm going so slow. I have to do something to make my life a little bit easier. And right now, as much as I love having the lumen on and it looks so cool, it's causing me to go more slowly than I want. Okay, we need to figure out how we're going to run power to these machines. I want to do it in kind of a cool way. I could just daisy chain them, but that's not very cool. What else we need to do is get the sand down. I'm gonna need to go and get more Mark IV belts. You know what though, we can do it with Mark II for placeholder purposes. So we're just gonna end up running the sand over here. 1, 2, like that. Yeah, and then let's see, we can run splitters like that. Something like this. That's the sand run now. We do need to go back and replace all of those belts. Well, not all of them. All of these feeder belts. But power. This has been giving me a little issue thinking about it. And I think... Are these... These are all evenly spaced. Can run the power lines. Okay. I'm thinking I want to start having trusses or like beams or something like that hang down. Excuse me, that hang down and we can attach the power poles to something that really looks purposeful. But honestly, this room doesn't inspire me for that sort of creativity. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do something simple like this. Yep, so that's how we'll do the power. I quite fancy the asphalt as the ground, the walkway. And I'm starting to think that maybe all through TETRA we're just going to use asphalt because, like right here, I like using the colored concrete and I like this coated concrete. I don't ever use it, and it's really really pleases me. Look at that. You can see the reflection of all the machines we're just building in. It's just so cool. But I like how smooth it is. I was thinking about trying to, you know, color the floor right here something different. And maybe we can. I mean, like, that purple's kind of cool. But then if we turn these up to high saturation and stuff, our color palettes are really limited. Oh, that one's really cool, though. That looks pretty sick. Anyway, but yeah, so I think we'll do just asphalt for the ground. I think that'll be really cool. And then it'll hide a lot of the overlap on these floors that we're doing. And yeah, I'm pleased with this. This is how it's going to be. I do want to take the time and use more kind of, what do they call them? Patterns? So here, let me show you before we cut away again. I'm gonna have to get back into the habit of cutting away after I show you how I'm gonna do something just to speed things along. Anyway, I'll finish that in a minute, but let me show you what I'm thinking. All right, so none of this factory comes out past here, and the pipes come out to here. So we can demarcate that somehow. Like we could do, yeah, full factory zones. I think that's kind of cool. Or even maybe just a line. Just don't cross this line. Okay, actually, yeah, so the asphalt for pioneer footpaths and maybe trucks would be cool. But like, we want to draw a contrast. Right? We want to draw a contrast to the factory areas. So what if we color these? I don't know. Let's see, we're going to want a black one, right? As well. So let's do that. Make a black swatch. Now, does that look too much like asphalt? It's clearly different, right? Like, excuse me. It's clearly different. Yeah. Yeah. I love the black. So we'll do black shiny surface under the what? Under the machines and stuff, and then let's mark it out with a pattern. What I was trying to do is to, you know what I need to do is I need to change this. That's why I can't see anything. I couldn't see the pattern, and I was like, what is going on? Yeah, that's kind of cool. What I wanted to do was put half of it, so like do a full factory zone on this one, and then I could do a quarter one on this one to make a proper turn, but apparently you can't do that. And I didn't know that. That's okay though. We'll make do. So I guess what I'll do is I'll do full, let me get a new hotbar. We'll do full factory zones, quarter factory zones. So we'll do it like that, and then like that, and then like that. It's not the coolest to have it up like that, but we'll try it. Let me do that. Now let's add railings. Let's add a painted beam. Let's add a painted beam, but let's steal that color. It's like almost red. Let's steal that color. And we'll make a throw. I had red, white, and black already down here. Oh, bed. You beautiful, dumb man. Very beautiful. But okay. So let's. What if I steal that red, and then we put a railing on it? A railing on it. Or we could do a railing down there. And yeah, I like that better. Yeah. Perfect. So we'll do a railing like this. Autosave. We'll do a railing like that with this color. That was weird. It took forever to update that. Okay, so that's the plan. Let's do that around here. Let's make another plan too so I can get more done between talking to you. I want... Let's see, we want walls. So we're gonna have walls there. And there. And then what? Let's grab a wall, like a door. A door like that. More wall like this. This will be maintenance. Right here, and then we're gonna have, let's see, we'll take steel wall out like this. This will be all enclosed. This will be missing a wall. Yeah, we'll do a door like that. No, I don't love those doors. Let's do more arches. Let's go foundations, and we want quarter pipes again. We want this in coated concrete. So 1 and 2. And let's go maybe like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's really, really cool. Alright, so to get down on the floor, this is where we come in. We're gonna have the painted beams. They're gonna go along something like that. And then... Alright, so this is maintenance. This is to mess with the machines. But in normal day-to-day operations, fix-it personnel inside the factory TETRA would not be setting foot down there. We would be coming in catwalks. Let's do some stairs up. Need to make a blueprint for the stairs. I don't want to do that right now though. That doesn't sound fun. Let's just pick a spot where we want to start, where we want our catwalks. I'm talking about just the height, by the way. Sorry, I'm trailing off. You know how I do. Yeah, so I'll build stairs out to get to this height. And then we'll run some catwalks. Let's do... I know I've got catwalks here. Okay, let's do some sort of big catwalk. Like that. There's another style of catwalk too, right? Yeah, walkways. Which ones are cooler? Which of these is cooler? I always use these. So just because of that, I'm going to use this catwalk. Alright, so what we're going to do then is we're going to have... So I used the wrong color on that. Now we're going to have catwalks like this. And then we'll zoop them out. There, and just like that, we've got some progress made. Let me just show you. Oh, I didn't finish this part. I gotta fill this in, but finish the stairs up. Like I showed you, I made a little corridor right here that I think is pretty slick. Oh, I want to put signs on the side of this to act as lights once lumen is on. Added a little door frame up there. It's kind of goofy, but I think it's pretty cool. We've got, yep, the side, like I said, I mean, I showed you what I was going to do, right? That's the whole point of this. I showed you exactly the design process. I started doing it, and now we'll unveil the final product. I don't love this. I want to figure out if we're going to have any windows in this factory or not, or whatever. We'll probably pull this out and make some sort of balcony out. I'm also thinking to make a hypertube hub. I'd always plan on doing it up there, but since these factories here in TETRA right now are still pretty short, we're not going to be able to go side to side. I kind of want to put the hub for personnel travel right there where I'm looking. So we'll lift the space elevator up, and then I want to be able to say, like, even right in here, maybe have a hypertube cannon, or just a hypertube, with an accelerator on it to get back. So at any moment I can get into the center of TETRA and then shoot back out to another side, just to help me, to help ease the burden of running around. Because, yes, what's next? What's next is we need to bring the oil in, and then we need to take the processed oil out, right? So we need to run the pipes and stuff over to here. So that'll be our next task. Let's see, where is that going to be? Well, I think here is as good of place as any. Look at that, I nailed that sentence, that phrase. I didn't think I was going to get it out, but I did. Yeah, so... yeah, okay. This is going to work. Yeah, we'll just paint this up. We'll add the red stripe in a minute. But now what we can do is using this wall to basically hide our change in direction. Because we're kind of getting up to the edge there. You'll see right there, we're just about hitting. So we need to turn. And instead of having to mess with all the floors and like do a curved floor and then match up, these are going to be separated. So we'll be able to turn easy. We can just have the pipes run into wall holes right there and then turn. It'll be awesome. So what kind of outputs are we looking at? That is sort of visible. Oh, actually it's visible in a good way. I didn't want to leave this stairwell open. So yeah, that actually makes kind of a cool border. And then, I just saw over here as well, I meant to put... let's see, probably a craft bench, or maybe a workshop. That'd be kind of cool. Ooh, you know what we'll do? Put the workshop backwards. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that is centered. Yeah, it's kind of cool, right? I don't like that clipping. That actually might even be good enough. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Perfect. I love it. I didn't do lights. I got bored of decorating without you. I got lonely. I didn't want to play without you watching anymore. Tell you right now, I don't like that. I don't like the color of that. I think I just want it white. Yeah, I like that better already. Same thing down here. I was trying to match that kind of red color of the interior trim, and it didn't work. And I'm okay with that. Okay, let's talk products. We need to move liquid. We only need Mark 1 pipelines. Oh, cool. We can get all the way to here. That's awesome. That's really, really awesome. All right, so pipeline wall hole says it needs to clip to a wall. So let's give it a wall. I'm not going to keep these here. This is just to place the holes Alright, now back to logistics. We need that pipeline wall hole. Probably there and there. Autosave. My autosaves are getting a little bit longer. Let's just see how that looks and if it's clipping or not. It is clipping, so I'm going to take out the rails right here because we're not going to have any clipping, any unintentional clipping in the factory. Cool. So, yep, that's the style. And then we're going to do that. Alright, I got the last rails, but now we need to talk about painting these pipes. So these are going to be black because it's crude oil. I don't necessarily have to color code everything, but I think in this case I will. So we're going to do these ones black. And then maybe these machines black? I must have hit these with the painter. They look pretty cool. Is that... Yeah, it's this one. I'm going to do that actually. I like the way that looked already and it kind of matches the factory. Let me make sure I get all of these so I don't forget to come back and do them later. Okay. So black on the input. I've got that cool black with the trim color there. Now, purified crude oil and raw sludge. Oh dear, I don't know which comes out which. I'm guessing this is the sludge, but I don't want to guess. Okay, so we're going to wait on that. But we're going to we'll color code all the sludge ones. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to color code them, and we'll change the color later, but now that we know that all the same color pipes are the same fluid, and that'll just help us differentiate them when we mix them together right on the other side of this wall. Alright, just steal a little power right there to fly around. And so we have from here to there to what do we need, right? So we're gonna have crude oil and raw sludge. And let's see the recipes. Raw sludge. Raw sludge needs silica to be processed, so we're not going to be processing it here. Should we package it here? No. No, I think we're going to use fluid freights again. Freight cars on a train and export it somewhere where we can bring in silica more easily. What's the other thing? Oil. Purified crude oil. Doesn't need anything. Doesn't need anything. Finish your sentence, but it doesn't need anything extra to be brought in necessarily. But I think we're gonna do this one, right? So this is 3 purified crude oil to 2 hydrocarbons, 3 to 2 here, 3 to 2.5 here and here. And then we get asphalt, which is useful, but we only need a little bit of that. Oh, anyway, whatever plant processes this can do this one as well, because we are going to use this one. We're going to make these empty fluid tanks. We're going to fill them up with packaged natural gas. And then if natural gas has a use, we'll have it. And if it doesn't have a use, it does right here. That's right. Carbon dioxide and methane. So if we need carbon dioxide and methane, we can take it away. Otherwise, we'll just burn it in the solution heater and we'll make some power, which is kind of what we are getting at right here, what we're after. All right, let's just talk about the red and the white. I kind of love it. And I don't really envision this first floor of this building. What are we in right now? Canopus. Man. I can't imagine this floor of Canopus being white and red, and then the next floor up being, you know, orange and black or something like that. Because then if you're on the outside looking in, either we have to hide that color from each floor so the outside looks uniform, or maybe white and red is just this design is what we do in this building, right? And then all the other 4 towers can have their own. Or they could technically have the same, but I think that would be a little boring. I think it'd be better if every star, every pillar of TETRA has its own color scheme. And that would really, even though it's 4 different ones, inside each factory, it would provide cohesion. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And if you're enjoying this episode, please hit the like button and please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers this calendar year, and I'm only about a quarter of the way there. So let's please help me reach this goal. Now, to the matter at hand. This is fine. I was thinking about taking this out and trying to just stagger it. This line right here is gonna be fine. Let's see, did I even tell you what I'm talking about? Yes, I'm just talking about running the floor. So, I stand by it. I need to... Ah, perfect, I got 2 for 1. I'm out of Nobelisks now. Really need to make a Nobelisk factory. Alright, we're gonna go with it. If I need to change it up later, we will. But right now, I'm going to be able to delete all of these foundations. There's something like that. Something like that. How is that not clipping anything? Oh, I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, so to speak. It is. How does the game not think that this is clipping? Yeah, that's weird. I knew I was clipping into that, and it didn't turn the hologram yellow. That's odd. Can I fit train stations down here? Oh, I might have made a horrible oversight. I did. I've made a horrible oversight. It's not, I can fix it, but it was definitely an oversight. All that means is that all the train stations have to be either over there, or if we're going to put them over here, we need to raise the floor up. I'm not going to move all of this. That's ridiculous. But we could have a ramp going up right here. That just seems kind of silly, though. I think we'll try to make do with just the train stations over here. How many train stations do we need? We're going to have 900 per minute of the purified crude oil. But where are we even going to take that, right? So we're in Canopus right now. So if we go over to Deneb, which is what I was thinking to do right there, all the train has to do is come right here, pick up the oil, drive out, go along there, drop off the oil, come back, come in here, get the oil. Yeah, so we only need 3 train cars. And we probably only need 1 train car of the raw sludge. I don't think it makes very much. Let's verify that, though, before I misspeak. 10 per minute, and we have 12 of these, 120 raw sludge per minute. That button. Let's look at it in the wiki really quick. Yeah, so we can do... There's 120 per minute. Yeah, we'll do 2 train cars just in case. That sounds good. Alright, I want to see how the factory is going to come together before I make it really any more decisions on placement of the train stations. Right, so what I really need to do, what we absolutely must do right now, is run up this outside wall, because this is non-negotiable. So, I need to add a 2-meter spacer. And then we can zoop up 4-meter ones. 4-meter foundations. I gotta stop saying stuff like ones and... Yeah, I can go up 4. Now I can zoop out more floor here. We haven't decorated this floor. Okay, I think before I do that, we should look at the windows. This was just a spacer. I don't want to leave that thinking it was intentional. Alright, I think that's going to give us all the information we need. Right? Yeah, pretty sure. Let's see where these meet up. Something like that. So we won't have windows there. We're gonna have wall there. And that's gonna stick out, right? It did, yeah. I don't know if you saw it. I saw just the corner of it. Yep. Right there. Just fine. All you have to do in this case is use a half foundation. So something like that. Turn off vertical. And I gotta change it back to just concrete. Okay. Doesn't need to go super high, but I need it to go high enough to finish this floor. Yeah, just about like that. Perfect. These are going really well. This is so much fun. I think I mentioned last episode that I'm kind of struggling with kind of banking on this being permanent. Giving me a little bit of problems, but now that I've just I've gotten into the swing of things, as my mom would say. Now we're in the boot and shoe business. I love my mom. Okay, the next step is to see where the train lines are going to go to leave. Right, so they can... Oh man, I should really run power through all the factories first, just to make jetpacking easier. So there's that line and that line. Yeah, see, my plans have changed as I've been building. Because remember, I put this line here as a way to skip this train station to pick up other things. I was thinking the products are here. I don't know why I was thinking that. I'm looking at it now. There's entirely no room. Let me rephrase that. The purpose of this line was to run to pick up the byproducts. And so, I mean, it's still going to do that purpose. It's just not going to do it right here. It's going to go down and do it on the floor below us over there. So right here is where it can start descending. And it can descend as fast as it wants to. Yeah. It can go down as fast as it wants. It's never going to come back this way. So just anything that it lets, any bend that it lets me place is going to work for our purposes. So I don't need to put like a gradient down. A smooth gradient. We can just go down as fast as possible. Except I'm starting to have some doubts about having enough room right here. Let's do a train station and what we wanted, 3 fluid platforms, and then we need another train station with 2 fluid platforms. So the only thing we don't have is steel rods, but that's going to be filled by the Faxit system. So we have enough to build all this. Great. I can't believe I'm struggling this much for space inside an absolute behemoth of a building. That being said, the train stations are pretty huge. And, you know, if push comes to shove, we could just slap a pump on the raw sludge and put it up to the next floor. It's not a big deal. I don't want to overthink things. That's pretty cool. It's the shortest length you can have, a short span. Appears to be 8 meters. Oops. I don't even know that. I should know this. 8 meters. 9, 10, 11, 12 meters is the shortest span. Interesting. So they're gonna come in right here and they have to go 2.5 to curve in. So half, 1, 2. The train stations can literally be right here. So let's do it. I have to build a train station first. We know this. Something like that. Perhaps. And... we're gonna have to run the pipes by here. Well, that's actually not true. We'll have room on this side. Yeah, so we could do that. Let's grab a fluid platform. Something like that. And then a train station. Perfect, actually. Yeah, I'm loving that. Let's see. No, it doesn't. Is this an issue that I just don't know about since I don't use trains enough? Yeah, I told you it wasn't too sharp a turn. Oh, I guess maybe from there it was. Yeah, it looks like from here it was too sharp a turn, which is dumb. If you go from here to there, it should just place the track like this to make it work, in my opinion. All right, we're going to need... Ooh. The space is kind of limited for fluid buffers. Let's move it. I just realized how weirdly bent that it looked. Look at that, it's like bizarre. Like my brain can pick up on that it's curved. It doesn't look too curved. I think it's just that squat end anyway. Horizontal to vertical is going to be much better for these. Perfect. I love it. Sadly though, I don't think we're going to have enough room to do the sludge here, which is going to be okay, right? I mean, we'll just, like I said, we'll have to just take it upstairs or something like that. We just don't really... Okay, bear with me, actually. I take it all back. I think we have room right there. Yeah, what am I talking about? That works really well. Now we just need to find a way to move the raw sludge over the train track, but that's not difficult or time consuming. Perfect. We're making very good progress. I don't like this gap. What is even happening here? Oh, I could move it back. That wouldn't be a problem. I'd have to undo all this work. It's not very much work. What am I saying? It's not too much work. We can handle it. I think I really would be very happier if this was moved 8 meters in. There. We got our wall outlet too that I was talking about last episode. Did forget to select the correct material though. What if we put... What's something that comes off of the wall? Like a conveyor wall mount? Something like that. Now is there light control? That must be an organization. I like where my head is. Light control panel, and then we'll oh yeah, we can have it kind of embedded. And then that goes to there. Then that goes to there. Now I need something that just sticks out the bare minimum. I could use a beam? Right? I mean, a beam... Or can I use... What was I trying to use before? The conveyor wall mount. That just looks silly. Something like this. Here we go. There. Stupid. I love it. Little shelf for our light control unit. Oh shoot. Except a Pioneer might need to get up there. Whatever. This isn't a role-playing game. I don't actually need to come over here. I will always have my hover pack, and if I don't, changing the color and intensity of these lights is probably not high on my list of things to do. Looks really cool. And this is the crude oil still, yeah, coming in, so we're going to want to paint this black as well. Yep, but I'll do that later. We don't need to do that right now. Need to wrap this episode up and get to editing it, or it's not going to get released on time. It's already going to be late. Actually, so maybe I don't care too much, but I really wanted this all done. But I still have to move the sludge anyway, so we're going to have to dip into next episode. And I do have enough done right here. Kind of lost it what to do. No, I think we better wrap up the episode, okay? That'll give me time to try to get this done and get out. I'll release it in the morning, and we'll try to get another one out real soon, back to back. So yeah, that's gonna do it. I really appreciate you watching. I really do. Can't wait to hear from you, and I'll see you all next time. Bye now.
Bad plays games.
Bad plays games.
Bad plays games.
Bad plays games.